All right. Can we just shut them down already? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Spurs in Focus right here on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. You also got Pocket Cast, even on YouTube Music. We are everywhere. You want to go subscribe ASAP. And don't forget to subscribe to the Spurs in Focus Substack. It's completely free. Yeah. Guests are apparently buying free rounds of subscriptions, everybody. So go take advantage of it right now. I am your host, Jeff Garcia, longtime Spurs writer in San Antonio. Welcome back. We definitely appreciate it. Keep on coming here to Spurs in Focus to be your first and only spot for all things San Antonio Spurs. Don't go to the other ones. You want to just come right here to Spurs in Focus. What are we talking about today? Can we just shut them down already? There's only 2 games left on the season. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Spurs are likely going to be locked into the number 2 seed in the Western tournament. Yeah, just shut them down. We're going to talk about that. Should they shut them down? If so, who should be out there? Who they should not, Spurs, shut down in the last 2 games of the regular season. And then Dylan Harper is on the rise. What a way to close out his rookie regular season. We're going to talk about that, read what he had to say recently about his play, and so much more. And yes, there's going to be a nerd segment. Brace yourselves. All right, it is coming. All right, let's go and bring in our guest. I told you guys he'll be back, and look who it is, Mr. Rudy Campos of The Sports Answer. He's on X at The Sports Answer. Let's make that again because he changed it recently. It is at The Sports Answer. He didn't even tell me. Rudy, you didn't even tell me, and I've been saying box score.
Well, it was like a Woj bomb or, a Sharon bomb type thing. It happened overnight when I was told I need to switch it over.
Apparently, even ESPN did breaking news about that, too, that your name had changed. Yeah.
I got the alert on my phone, the ESPN alert says breaking news, Rudy Campos changed it to Sports Answer on X, FYI. For all 4,000 followers that I have, because I don't have very many.
Yeah. Watch out, everybody. Rudy is making waves. All right. Again, he is with The Sports Answer, and he's been helping me out as we get Spurs in Focus going. He's been doing a tremendous job. That's why I like to have him on regularly. He deserves a lot of the shine behind the scenes for who he's doing here at Spurs in Focus. So appreciate you, Rudy, and let's dive into it. Shut them down. You need to shut them down, right? So in the last 2 games, they got Dallas, they got Denver. All right. At this point, it's pretty meaningless. Unless a miracle happens, the number 1 seed is out of reach. All right. So yesterday against Portland, heading into that game, Wemby and Castle were doubtful. Doubtful means less than 50%, likely not going to play. And I think that was the right course of action. Wemby got banged up in the previous game. Who was that against not the Blazers? I'm sorry. Who was that?
Denver.
Thank you so much. He got banged up in that game. He also got banged up, I believe, in the Sixers game. Is when Paul George kind of smashed into him. In that same game, Steph Castle, he tweaked something. He exited the court on his own accord to just check if he was okay. He came back. Yet the Spurs put him as doubtful for last night's game ahead against the Blazers. Now, but here we are, though. You have 2 key guys that already got banged up in what was kind of a meaningless game against the Sixers. The Spurs don't have nothing to play for right now other than being rested and raring to go when the playoffs start. Rudy, I think the right course of action is to just shut them down already. And not just Castle and Wemby. You're looking at guys like Vassell, Keldon, even the veterans, Barnes. Who else you got out there? Olynyk. Although he doesn't get that much burn, but just start resting these guys. I think that is the prudent course of action, and I would even say scale back De'Aaron Fox's minutes. Don't let him log as much as he's been logging this season. The prudent thing is for them to just shut these players down and let the younger guys or the inexperienced guys get burned. What do you think?
It's easier said than done because now with the 65 game rule that the NBA has, Victor's already missed out on 2 defensive players of the years. He's missed out on a lot of other, awards that he could have gotten in his first couple of years in the league. And I think that's what really, really questions a lot of whether you should shut them down or not. This year I think he needs to play just one more game in order to be eligible all NBA awards. So I think you're going to see him in one of the last 2 games. But the shutting down part, I agree with you. They need to, if not shut them down, they need to limit them to maybe 15 minutes, 16 minutes in the game.
Sure.
Just to get them a little bit of run, not completely shut them down all the way. But, a guy like Castle, who's already logged in a ton of minutes, I probably would shut him down out of everybody more. And then once Victor gets that next game in, I think you shut him down for the last game or so. Vassell, Keldon, even Darren needs to play a little bit more, just kind of keep the rhythm going. But I mean, if you're talking about completely benching him for the last couple of games, I agree to an extent, Jeff. I've always been the motto of, you can shut him down without completely taking him out of the game. I think you still need to have some sort of rhythm going into the playoffs, being that it's not, familiar territory for this Spurs team. It's unfamiliar territory. So kind of keep that same groove, kind of keep that same, mentality, the same focus that you've had all season, and let them play just a little bit. Nothing, nothing to where you're going to, knock on wood, start causing injuries or anything. But I know injuries can happen at any time. I think it's just more of limit the minutes, maybe 15 minutes a game, maybe even less if you want to do that. Just kind of get a little bit of rhythm, kind of get the heart racing a little bit. But again, if you're on board, shut them down completely. I have zero negative responses to that.
Yeah, here's a big reason why I want them to shut down, because of what happened against Philly. Remember that?
It could happen at any time, though.
But that's the point. Why run the risk in 2 meaningless games?
What if it happens in game 1 of the playoffs and it's worse? I mean, it could happen at any time. And the thing is, as fans of the NBA, we complain and people complain, media complains that the players aren't playing anymore. They have rest and, they're out for rest. But yet when they do play and they want to play and they, get tweaked or something, then it's like, well, we need to rest them. We need to rest them. Like, well, which one is it? We got to figure out, where the line is. But I credit Victor. I mean, he wants to play. He doesn't want to sit. He wants to play the game, and he understands, hey, it could happen anytime. But I agree. I mean, the injuries happen, man. They happen. Luckily, it's just a bruised rib, so it's not anything really, really bad. But I mean, they can just happen at any time.
Yeah, I hear you, but for me, it's mitigating the risk. Yes, you're right. It can happen in tip off of game 1 of the opening round series. It can happen, and it can even happen in the games, the practices between. Because remember, the play-in tournament starts as soon as the regular season is over, and the Spurs are going to be off for close to a week. So if you're going to look at the argument side of no, play them, it's because they're not going to get any real-time NBA game action for a good chunk of days. So there's that. But I'm maniacal about this. I see this as, look, they got 60 wins. They're likely going to have 60. They're going to have a few more wins on their belt too.
Yeah.
They're humming right now. The last thing this team needs is any type of, pin that deflates the balloon and pops it, whether that's an injury to Castle, Vassell, Keldon, Wemby. I think, to me, if I put on a scale, I'm like, yes, Rudy's right. Don't shut them down completely. But my God, I mean, this is a good thing. What are we doing? Going up against Dallas? Dallas has more to play for in the sense they need a tank. If anything, they should want to lose that game versus San Antonio. Denver, at that point, it's the last game of the season. I'm pretty sure they're going to rest Joker or Murray and their big guns. I want to see a starting lineup out there with Kelly Olynyk, possibly Bismack Biyombo, Carter Bryant, Jordan McLaughlin. That's the I want to see Harrison Ingram out there. He's the Austin Spurs season is over. Let him get some burn at least one or 2 days in a San Antonio uniform. That's how maniacal I am about this, because I don't want anything to disrupt this engine, this F-15 Thundercracker fueled engine that is just going right now at 100 miles an hour and winning. I think a major injury could deflate this team. Hell, Rudy, I want even Mitch Johnson to take a couple of days off. Let Sweeney run the show for a couple of days. Save your voice, Mitch Johnson.
he can get thrown out of the game. Pop used to do it all the time.
Oh yeah,
Just
remember when he did that and Pop winked at the crowd? Like,
Yeah, I gotcha. I got to get back to the back. Yeah, I get
Rudy,
what you're saying, man.
am I
Go ahead.
crazy for this? Am I
No,
being too kid gloves right now?
no. I mean, you're not. And again, I would never argue the fact that people want players to rest. I mean, I understand that. I completely agree, and I will never fight back on it. I just see the rhythm part. When I've played basketball, then when I've coached, I've understood, you got to have a certain rhythm. You've got to understand that if you're rolling, you want to continue to roll. I'm not against, these guys taking a night or two off, especially in the last couple of games of the regular season. So it makes a lot of sense. You want to get ready for the playoffs. You have that entire week before you're even going to tip off in the playoffs. So you get an extra rest at that. But knowing that more than likely the Nuggets are going to see, this is the problem. Denver is not completely in that number 3 realm right now in the Western Conference. They've only, as of right now, got a 1-game lead over the Lakers. Now, if they can so happen to lock up that 3 seed before the Spurs game, then I can see Jokic and all them resting. But if not, then they're going to end up playing against the Spurs. So my question being to you is that if Wemby needs one more game, what game would you want him to play? Because, he's got Dallas, he's got Denver. Dallas, if he plays Dallas, Cooper Flag is still on a hunt for Rookie of the Year. So he's going to play hard. If Denver has a lot to play for in that last game, they're going to play hard against the Spurs. Do you limit Wemby to maybe 20 minutes to where he qualifies for that final, game for the awards? Or do you completely shut him down knowing these two teams are going to play hard? And that's kind of a conundrum right there, because you don't know which way to lean. You don't want to deny him the opportunity to get Defensive Player of the Year, to make All NBA, or to do even to consider MVP, which I don't even think he's going to win it this year now. But I mean, you got all these factors in Mitch Johnson's head. That's the part you have to understand too, is we don't know the situation for these last couple of games. He's going to have to play in at least one of them.
Then give him his 22 just to be safe.
Yeah,
25 games, 20 minutes against Dallas, and then that's it. You're done for the season. Regular season, I should say.
Maybe not even run plays for him. Just kind of live him out there.
Let him do the tip off and roam around and give at least for 25 minutes, give the ball to Carter Bryant, Jordan McLaughlin.
So are you conceding the MVP trophy?
You know what? It feels like it's slipping a little bit. It feels like it. SGA is still being SGA. I still think it's going to be close.
Do you have him second still?
I still have it.
I caught you off guard there, huh?
Yeah, I have him second.
I actually have him dropping to third right now.
I have him at second. I think the Denver's record is going to hurt Joker. I think that. And
it could, but they've been on a massive run these last couple of months.
Yes, he's doing it at the right time.
He's got a healthy team, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's definitely going to be a conversation for an episode of here on Spurs in Focus. But circling back to, should they shut them down? I think they should. I think they should give, maybe a happy middle could be a quarter and a half for the core guys.
Yeah. And
then that's it. Halftime on, especially third, fourth period, I better not be seeing Castle and Vassell and Keldon and Barnes and whatnot and Keldon out there. The only caveat to this I would say just give him more burn is Dylan Harper. He'll be in the focus in just a few minutes. Is him, because I think as a rookie you need more reps, and even if it's meaningless games, you just go for it and let him get more some b-ball NBA IQ under his belt. Now you look at some of the minute totals here. Victor Wembanyama, as of this recording, 1,839 minutes played. Safe to say he is the highest usage player in the Spurs roster. I don't think you need to look up any stats on that. So good. Stephon Castle and his total minutes here. Get it up here for you guys. Here we go. 2,008 minutes played total. That's a lot of mileage for a young guy there. Let's bring up a guy like even Harrison Barnes, the veteran. I think he's going to be key during this playoff run. For him, let's see, let's pull it up here. We're going to have, hopefully it's not too much. 1906, yeah, 1906 minutes played total. So you can see, these are guys that have logged some heavy minutes there. Scale it back just a little bit in the final two games. Rudy, you're not like me, just crazy, right? Like, seriously, put out, Harrison Ingram, Miller from the G League, McLaughlin. You're not trotting out those starting fives, are you?
Well, I am, as long as the players are eligible for what they need to get.
Yeah.
I mean, that it comes down to that. I mean, you're affecting. Here's the other part, and this is something that I want to get for the Sports Answer. I might even get you on there for that show. This is affecting not just NBA awards, but it's affecting max contracts as well.
Good point.
Super max deals. So, that's the part that it's a horrible circle that the NBA has put in with the 65 game, threshold. But you're not crazy, Jeff. I expect to see, Lindsey Waters. I expect to see McLaughlin. I expect to see maybe Cornette get the start and then Bismack and Olenek to finish off. Hell, I even expect to maybe see Mason Plumlee,
go for it. Yeah, he's there.
Run
Why not?
as well.
Yeah.
So, in one of these games, I expect to see, the Spurs put out their reserves and maybe even Keldon Johnson get a start in here somewhere. I mean, it's going to happen. They're getting ready for the playoffs. It's just a matter of what game, because other than Dallas, I mean, I think Denver is the only team that relatively has anything to play for still. Dallas, on the other hand, it's just, like I said, Cooper Flagg and the Rookie of the Year race that he's got going on. So if I had to pick a game, it's probably going to be Dallas, where you see this team kind of trot out.
Yeah, probably the last time we'll see, at least it'll be at that point, it'll be over a week or at a week before we saw that core five start until the real deal begins. All right, where do y'all stand on this topic? Is it time to just shut them down already? 2 games left on the regular season. What's the point, right? Or maybe you think they should go out there, whether it's be for reps, rhythm. Let us know on X. He is at the Sports Answer. I am at Jeff G Spurs Zone. Don't forget to subscribe to Spurs in Focus on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Pocket Cast, YouTube Music. It is all there. Go do that right now. Again, your first and only spot for all things San Antonio Spurs. Hey, Rudy, you want to talk about Dylan Harper?
Sure do.
All right, so we talked about Dylan Harper in the first segment here, how at minimum, he should be the only core player getting somewhat of a major burn in the last 2 games. But the rookie has been playing great to close out his regular season campaign. I mean, have you looked at the numbers he's been putting up? It's a shame. It's a shame that he will not be in the running for Rookie of the Year. But again, not to his fault. This team is loaded. It just happened. I'm pretty sure he was on Dallas right now. He'd probably be putting up some Rookie of the Year numbers. Let's put up some of the stats here, Rudy, so we can see exactly what the young kid has been doing as of this recording. So we'll look at the last 5 games, right? Okay. 15 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, 4 assists per game in 24 minutes. He's a plus 3.4 for the Spurs. He's shooting 62% from the field. We all know where he gets the bulk of that, in the paint. He's one of the best slashers in the NBA. Even Dirk Nowitzki on Prime mentioned that his opinion that he believes that Harper is the best NBA finisher near the rim. He's getting accolades. I mean, even looking like inside the 3-point line, 62% shooting. He's taken about 2.63 attempts in the last 5. He's making about 2 of them for a whopping 62% shooting from the 3 line. True shooting percentage, 69%. Rudy, this kid is playing peak ball at the right time.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Dylan Harper's playing peak ball at the right time, getting ready for a nice playoff run with the San Antonio Spurs. And, a long time ago, you and I, before the draft, had a conversation, and I always mentioned Dylan Harper was number 1 on my draft board. He should have been, in my opinion, the first player taken. It was him, Dace Bailey, and Cooper Flagg were my top 3 in that order. So Dylan's showing why he can be a difference maker. And it goes straight through the genes, man, straight through the bloodline. His dad, Ron Harper, one of the better two-way and one of the most underrated two-way players that people forget about. Dylan finishes at the rim. He can knock down the 3 ball. He's very, very, very consistent when he gets going. I mean, the kid is probably, I would say, out of 30 NBA teams, he's probably a starter on maybe 27, 26 of them easily. I mean, if not for being a Spur, which is not negative at all, if not for being a Spur, he's in the Rookie of the Year campaign. I mean, he's probably averaging close to 19, 20 minutes a game.
Easy.
His assists would be up there. I mean, could you imagine him, say, put him on the Atlanta Hawks right now with Trae Young gone? I mean, he would be the motor on that team, and that team would be amazing right now. So, yeah, Dylan Harper's a difference maker. And what I like about it is that he has a great mentality about things.
Yes,
his mental game is there. His dad is in his ear. If you remember, a lot of people, a lot of fans on X were telling Ron Harper, your kid's going to San Antonio. He's going to sit the bench. And Rod was kind of like, it's a perfect scenario for him. Let the cards down where they will. It's a perfect spot for him. And I agree. It's the absolute perfect spot for Dylan because he's learning from a great coaching staff. He's coming into a great organization. He's learning behind one of the better point guards in the league with De'Aaron Fox. Eventually, they're going to go with a 3-guard lineup. And I'm telling you, it's going to be Harper, it's going to be Castle, it's going to be Fox. And that's going to eventually be the lineup they're going to go with. So he's doing everything right. He's getting ready for the playoff push. It wouldn't surprise me, Jeff, and I'll say this on this show right now so people can screenshot it or whatever and record it. It wouldn't surprise me if he wins a few playoff games for San Antonio coming off the bench.
No doubt about that because he did that for the Spurs during the regular season.
Yes, it's very well could happen. That's the kind of player and impact that he has. And Dirk, even Steve Nash saying that he's probably one of the best, if not the best finisher around the basket. Mm-hmm. They both get him a lot of love. And we're talking about 2 major Hall of Famers, including MVP winners. It says a lot about your game.
Well, let's read what Harper had to say about his recent hot play of late. Put it up here on your screen for y'all. I'll read it for y'all if y'all just listening in. The biggest thing is confidence. I think going to the game with the same mindset, whether I'm shooting the ball, I'm not shooting the ball, but whether I'm getting off or getting guys open or involved, is I know when I'm aggressive, and that's when I'm at my best. So kind of keeping that, his foot, as he said, on the gas no matter what. So you look at some key points there. Confidence, check. Doing whatever it takes to win, check. Keeping his foot on the gas pedal. We know he definitely does that, check. And by the way, on the side here, I like that he talks a lot on the court. I love that little edge that he has with him. The shooting, as we highlighted a little while ago, has improved. That is the biggest knock on him heading into his rookie season. In the recent games, he's pretty much smashed that train of thought into pieces. He's shooting the ball well. And I think what I'm seeing now versus what I saw to start his rookie season is we all said he has poise, but now he has more poise. I also like how he's gotten craftier around the rim. There's some situations where I'll see a play and he's driving to the traffic. I'm like, Dylan, what are you doing? You're going 1-on-2 right now and you got Wemby trailing you, and he'll figure a way to finish. And I think the deadly weapon in his arsenal is that left hand. I think people don't give enough credit for that. He is a deadly left-handed player. Really, this is just the beginning of his career. I mean, what the Spurs have cooking right now, they could possibly have the next big 3 on their hand. Don't you think, with Wemby, Castle, and possibly Harper?
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much negative you can say about, Dylan Harper. And you're right. It could be a really big 3. And, a lot of people, they crap on Fox, but I mean, you're talking about a big 4, even with De'Aaron Fox. True, yeah. So, I mean, this group's going to be together for a long while. And I love that Dylan has that, like I said, mentality of, I understand my role on this team, and it's going to expand. It's going to expand. Eventually, we're going to see him probably in the starting lineup, like I mentioned. But with Dylan Harper, I mean, it's scary to think that the Spurs are having this much success. We knew they were going to be successful this season, that this was the season that was going to be the turnaround season. But to see them have this much success early this time, it's unfallible, man. I mean, golly, it's great for San Antonio. They're just going to get better. And with Dylan a part of this roster, that bench right now is the absolute probably top two benches in the league, with him and Keldon coming off the bench. So it's a great thing for San Antonio to have. It's a great problem for them to have. I think the one question people ask is, does this make De'Aaron Fox expendable? No, it does not make De'Aaron Fox expendable.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper is a focal point. De'Aaron Fox is a focal point. But you're right, man. His left hand, finish. He's a left-handed kid. Go back to the great left-handers of the game. I mean, Manu Ginobili, Chris Mullin. I mean, there's another one that was left-handed. He's on path to maybe, in my opinion, maybe to have that type of career. A Chris Mullin, Hall of Famer, a Manu Ginobili, Hall of Famer. He has that type of game. So I expect him to just continue to improve.
Absolutely. See, test your knowledge here. So I have his assists to his teammates here, like in total. So, he's assisted Luke Cornett X amount of times. All right. Which one player do you think he's given the most assists to this season?
Stephon Castle.
You would be wrong. He's only given Castle 21 assists.
Could it be De'Aaron Fox?
De'Aaron Fox. 20 assists.
Wow. I mean,
you're gonna be surprised at who it is.
I mean, it's not Wemby because that would be the two obvious one. I mean, other than maybe
you're close. You're close. He's given Wemby 34 assists.
Then the only other players I could think of would be either Vassell or Barnes. But
Vassell, 26 assists, and Barnes, again, you're super close, 34 assists. You give up?
Champagne.
You got it, Julian Champagne.
It would have to be. It had to be a shooter.
35 assists. So, but my point is, look at the distribution. He finds the outside guy, Champagne. He finds the guy, Wemby, is second most, 34. Oh, tied for second, 34. Barnes, again, outside perimeter shooter guy. Same thing with Vassell, 26 assists. So, yeah. Actually, you know what? Even I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. Yes, I think I read this wrong. We're both wrong. It's not Champagne.
Oh, God. Well, you're going to have to give it to me then because I'm not.
Keldon Johnson.
Which would make sense. They both
45 assists. 45 assists. Yeah, they're both bench players. Yeah.
They both come off the bench, man. Yeah. I think, it would make sense. Let me ask you a question about Harper. And this would be a good question to think about. Where do you see his career ending? Like, what type of point guard? And if you said, he ends up like, it wouldn't be Gary Payton because I don't think he's that great of a defender, not yet, but he could be. What point guard would you think he would finish ideally in his career? I've got a couple.
I have one, but I don't know if I'm pushing it though. But you want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm curious.
Kidd. That
was the very first player that I thought of was Jason Kidd. Exactly like that. I think Jason Kidd was the one guy who I think Dylan Harper could end up being. And I'm talking peak. I'm talking at the highest peak is Jason Kidd. Do I think he's ever an MVP candidate? I don't think so. As long as he's playing next to Wemby, no. But one guy that I think, and the reason why I bring it up is because it fits so much, man. I have him right now, Kidd at the highest, but I have him in that Mark Price, very good distributor, very good shooter, can score when need be, average about 19, 20 a game. I also put him in that Phoenix fans out there are going to love me. That Kevin Johnson, remember him?
Oh yes, KJ.
Very explodable player, can knock down the jumper, can obviously distribute the ball. I think I have him in that Kevin Johnson type of player range. Which I mean, hell, if we get a Kevin Johnson type of player, then, this team's going to be more than good. They're going to be really damn good.
Yeah, well, the good news is that Harper is finding his groove at the right time, as we mentioned, right before the playoffs. He is the one guy that I really think should get more bulk of at least get hefty minutes to close out the regular season because he's on the right path. Need that juice off the bench when the real season begins in just a few short days. He is Mr. Rudy Campos with The Sports Censor. He is on X at The Sports Censor. Follow him there. Follow me there as well at Jeff G. Spurs Zone. Do that ASAP. Rudy, it's time to get nerdy.
Do it.
All right, it's the nerd segment right here on Spurs in Focus, where we get a little nerdy for a few minutes. And news came out that the new face, see what I did there? Or should I say the new Two-Face of Harvey Dent in the Batman universe is Sebastian Stan. Yes, The guy who plays
get back
Bucky in the Marvel Universe, he is going to take the mantle to be the next Harvey Two-Face. He follows, what was it? Tommy Lee Jones was the first one. Well, I guess you want to go back to the 70s, but as far as
Billy D.
movies are
Williams.
concerned,
Billy D. Williams was the very first in the
Yes.
first Batman. Crazy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Billy D. Williams technically was the first Harvey Dent.
Mhm.
Then there was Tommy Lee Jones. And then there was Eckert. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Aaron Eckert. And now Sebastian Stan. First of all, I approve.
Mhm.
I approve. I think that is the perfect casting for him. He's going to capture Harvey Dent. Harvey Two-Face is the what was that? The public office called him, right? Because nobody really could trust him.
It was the public, or actually wasn't it the officers that he would?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Nobody really believed him. But for those who don't know who Harvey Dent is, started off as one of Bruce Wayne's / Batman's best friends. Batman, if you watch the movie, felt that Harvey Dent could take the mantle of being the savior of Gotham in the right way, the legal way, cleaning it up without violence, basically. Unfortunately, he had a temper and bad of acid in the comic books. At least in the comic book, he was prosecuting the case. I think it was like the mob. Somebody guy just chucked acid at him, burned half of his face off, made him psychotic, and became Harvey Two-Face. The iconic coin flip, yes, it's actually it's the same sided coin. It's like both sides of your head. He just scratched up one side, so we know what it is. But he believes in his own luck. Yeah, he believes in fairness. He believes in fate, having things settle things. But should be a great character. It's going to be in the Matt Reeves universe, so the Robert Pattinson Batman world. That's where it's going to be. But I like this casting. I mean, the casting so far, I think, has been great. From him to, by the way, have you ever seen the Penguin? You've seen the Penguin series?
Yeah, I've seen it a little bit.
I mean, Colin Farrell, just there. We talk about actors that the other actors can never rise above. Heath Ledger, Joker, Langella, Skeletor. You may have to add this guy to the list. That being Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
I never liked DeVito as the Penguin, though. I think they really tried to cartoonize. I think
that they did, yeah.
So I wasn't too. I don't know. I guess back then as a kid, we just had.
He was a lot. I mean, think about it. That movie was touted for kids, but in that movie, I'll watch it. He was gory. He was gory. He was a horn dog.
Yeah. I think what scared me the most as a kid was watching him bite that guy's nose in the campaign.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, did I just see that?
Now, I'll give DeVito this. I liked when we really thought he died, but he emerged from the water and he was just dripping with that black oil. I thought that was a good scene. But nevertheless, what do you think about Sebastian Stan taking up the mantle as the next Harvey Two-Face?
I'm okay with it. I actually approve it too. Sebastian Stan does really good work.
Really stop. I mean, you're revealing you're really Batman. I think you left the window open to the Batcave.
I did. I had to transport myself into the Batcave.
Okay.
You've never seen me and Batman at the same place at the same time. So I
like. Y'all didn't see that, everybody. Y'all didn't see that. Rudy is not Batman, even though he's.
Yeah, I'm trying to cover up the Bat level. I like the casting. I mean, obviously, more known for the Winter Soldier, obviously. Yep. So, I mean, you see that he's got that comic book lore already in his system. I like the casting. I like the way it is. Isn't Scarlett Johansson another one that's a part?
Yeah, I don't know what their character is going to be yet. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm saying it's just a good overall casting, and I like the way they're going. And do I think he nails the Harvey Dent? Man, Eckert was really
good.
Again, you've got the same two guys, actually three guys. I think Bale's Batman is way up there. Heath's Joker's number one.
Yeah,
Eckert put Two-Face in a whole new level. So does he top Eckert? I think he could come close.
I think he does.
I don't think he does. I'm gonna go with no. I think Eckert still takes the mantle, but it's going to be a crazy movie. And I wanted to ask you on the Batman side. James Gunn obviously has, the DC universe under his belt, and he's already talked about, Matt Reeves is going to just stand on his own. How can he not sit there and think, man, I need to just bring this type of Matt Reeves Batman into, this DC,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I get you want to do your own thing, but when you've got a good thing going, why mess around with it? Just use it. I think a darker Batman like the Matt Reeves does with the Superman that James Gunn has already portrayed, I think that goes hand in hand with the comic books.
Oh, yeah.
Because James Gunn's going to bring in all this, love and dove stuff for, Batman. And I don't really want to see Batman like that.
Love and dove. You said love and dove.
Yeah, I don't want to see the good thing and great things about Batman. I don't want to see that. I want to see the Dark Knight, the Bale, the Matt Reeves era of Dark Knight stuff. That's what I want to see.
You know what? Sorry, in case everyone's wondering over here, I have a second screen right now, and it started flickering on my face right now. So I was like, "What is going?" I think I've been exposed. I think they found a way. Two-Face found how to get to the Batcave because somebody forgot to close the curtain.
That or Matt Reeves is shutting us down because we're talking about.
I know. I was on my screen just started flickering like crazy right now. I was like, "What is going on?" But anyway, I think he has the ability to top Eckert. Don't get me wrong, Eckert did a phenomenal job. I mean, the tense scene where he had Commissioner Gordon's family, he was gonna get payback, say, okay, well, you forced me to hear the love of my life die. Now I'm gonna do the same thing to you because it's fair. I thought
that's why he can't be topped, man. That scene alone. The comics of Two-Face, when you read the comics, it portrays him as this way. And I think the way Eckert portrayed him, I think overdid the comic. And that's where I look at, like Ledger overdid the Joker, and that's why he's iconic. Same thing with Eckert, the way he portrayed Two-Face, and that scene at the end of the movie where he has his family. If you can top that scene, okay, you got the mantle. But if you can't top that scene, that is, man, that's one of those focal points in movies, comic book movies that it's like, yeah, that's deadly. That's horror. Yeah. That's good right there.
I think he gets close. If anything, I think he ties it. What I just want to understand is this: like, so you get half your face blown off, as just now going back to the original character, not Stan or Eckert.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you can go toe to toe in a fist fight with Batman. Like, how does that work? How does that work? Get no training. You're an attorney, a DA, cushy job. But yet you get half your face blown off, and now I can fight Batman one-on-one. All right, you get super powered up quick. All right, there's your nerd segment right here on Spurs in Focus. But what do y'all think about the Spurs? Is it time to shut it down, put these guys to rest for a couple of games, and then get ready for the real deal? Or no, give them burn? Also, what do you think about Dylan Harper just playing out of his mind right now? It's a shame he won't be Rookie of the Year, but he could have earned it if he was anywhere else. But we're glad he is a Spur. Let us know your thoughts on Harper and so much more. Rudy, what's going on at the Sports Answer?
Yeah, so the Sports Answer, we come to you on Answer Now TV on YouTube. You can find us there. You can hit that subscribe button. Come to you every single Sunday. And then Fridays afternoon, we're doing the Friday night or Friday drive home show. So interesting topic. We kind of brought it up here a little bit. We're going to get into the 65 game rule. And a lot of us knew how it affected NBA players as far as all NBA teams, MVP voting, but it's a little bit deeper. Shout out to Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson, former Phoenix Sun, Eddie Johnson, discussion with them. And I loved it because they brought up a great point. It goes into a bigger, spectrum when it comes to all NBA teams and all that, because it affects the Supermax and the max deal. So quick point here. What if all of a sudden Stephon Castle, who is not a top 15 player in the league, but because so many guys don't qualify, he gets into that top 15, and guess what? Now he's Supermax eligible. So the payroll starts to get a little bit tighter. Then you got to start making decisions. So it's going to be a great topic this week on the Sports Answer.
That's why you got to follow him on X at The Sports Answer. Once again, he is Mr. Rudy Campos. Don't let everyone know he's really Batman. I know he forgot to close the curtain door, but
yeah, I meant to grab my my cowl, but I didn't want to actually give it all away right now.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Again, Rudy, thank you so much for joining us here at Spurs in Focus. Everybody else, we thank y'all for making Spurs in Focus your first and only spot for all things San Antonio Spurs. Don't go anywhere else. You want to stay here to catch up on the silver and black. Subscribe On the Substack side, Rudy's buying subscriptions. It's
50.
completely free. He's buying 50. Look at that, 50 subscriptions for free. Just go there, hit subscribe, and guess what? He's got your back. He'll pay for it. Go do that right now. Also subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, Pocket Cast. We are everywhere. Go check it out and subscribe ASAP. Will likely be tomorrow as well. There's a chance for that to happen. Chasing somebody right now. If not, I have something up my sleeve that I've been waiting to do for a solo show. So we'll see what happens to close out the week here at Spurs in Focus. So for Mr. Rudy Patman Campos, I am Jeff Garcia, and now you're in focus with Spurs in Focus.